This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Second down and 8. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. On first down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Schultz is the motion man. Second down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Stroud to throw here on first down. He's going to keep it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Schultz is the motion man. A second down throw for Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's complete to the rookie's 2nd-round pick.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's going to let this one go deep. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
On 2nd down, Stroud. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
In motion now, it's Collins. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. First carry here for Kyron Williams. And he'll manage to get to the 33. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. It's another run here for Williams. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. Braxton Berrios deep to return. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Texans offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a 1st down. Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
They will work the middle with Mixon. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Kirk is the motion man. On play action. Stroud. His throw left side, taken in by Kirk.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Schultz is the motion man. Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up a third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there, but that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Schultz is the motion man. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. Stroud going to set up to throw. Got his man. It's Kirk. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Stroud. He'll go right back to Kirk again. It's complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense ready to take over for their second possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
2nd down, it's Stafford. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
He gets this complete, finding Adams. A pickup there of 19 yards. Good for a Rams 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's got room at the 30. And he will score. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Rams.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Pierce for the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Schultz is the motion man. They'll go play action with Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? To throw is Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Schultz. On first down, it's Stroud. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
In motion now, it's Collins. From the gun, here's Stroud. To the right side, and Kirk's got it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Schultz is the motion man. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Open man, that's Collins. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now, Stroud. This one is caught by Kirk. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now, Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end, Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They'll run here with Mixon. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. Big play coming up, 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They trail by 2 and will start this drive with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. He'll try to run for it with Williams. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
He'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Texans offense make their way out to take over once more. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Schultz is the motion man. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be second down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Stroud. And that is incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out first, second, third down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up fourth down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
I think the defender thought he had himself a pick here, Mike. He saw that curl coming the entire way, but unfortunately for him, it was a curl and go. They took him deep. Leads to a huge pickup.
They run over center with Williams. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. Second and a yard. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. That's to the right side and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Stafford now on second down. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. The motion man is Nakua. Stafford now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Schultz is the motion man. On play action, Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Schultz is the motion man. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here comes 3rd and 6. Here's Stroud. He'll try to run for it.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Mixon. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Kirk is the motion man. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. Third and a yard. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this third down a lot tougher. So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Here's Stroud. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Rams offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And he's going to give ground and lose yardage here. Back to the 6. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Here's Ethan Evans now, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now, fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Texans offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. And that ball incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Stroud. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Texans first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points. Just take what the defense is giving you When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On second down, Stroud. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. Schultz is the motion man. They'll run for it with Mixon. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. And they have turned it over on downs. The Rams offense going to take over just before the half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. This throw right side is caught by Adams. The home team's offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Stafford now. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. So we have reached halftime here. It's a tight one. A 2-point contest at the pause. As we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll go again with Williams. And this is going to be a Rams first down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Play action now for Stafford. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They put Adams in motion. To throw on 2nd down, Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
The Rams punting unit coming out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Texans offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. A run here with Mixon. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw is Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Stroud. Open man, left side, he's got it. Still going inside the 20. That long one's going to bring them 1st and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A run on 1st and goal. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. They'll go with Williams. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
3rd and 6. To throw is Stafford. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Here's Berrios on the return. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. First and 10. In motion now, it's Collins. On 1st down, it's Stroud. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Here's a give running left with Mixon. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
The Texans set to punt this one away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Play action, Stafford. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Stafford now on 3rd down. They'll try to set up the screen here. Good looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Stafford now on 2nd down. Right side, complete to Nakua. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop ball.
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Danielle Hunter, pass rusher extraordinaire, in action again.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Here's 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On the play fake, here's Stafford. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Kirk is the motion man. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. A good push from the defense. They get him down back at his own 10.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Stroud. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Stroud. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Stroud to throw here on first down. There's that man again. Another catch. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Stroud. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game, but the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
The Texans getting all set to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. So now this team's offense ready to take over once more. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the give, it's Williams. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. It's another run here for Williams. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's 2nd and 6. Pass caught right side by Higbee. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Now it's Williams. He is down at the 14, but will have the first down.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike. but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the first down.
On first down, right back to Williams. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. They'll run it with Williams. And the Rams are going to be set up with a first and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. They'll run. It's Williams. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. From a little closer, here's second and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. That one, taken in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to take over possession of the football. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Schultz is the motion man. On play action. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll give this to Mixon, running right, and he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly, and here comes third down. Stroud going to set up to throw. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Here comes Smith on the return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Rams offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On the ground, this is Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here. His ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They put Adams in motion. On the carry, it's Williams. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He gets this complete, finding Adams. And he's going to have a Rams first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
Now, 1st and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Now, 2nd and inches. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
They'll try to run it with Williams. He slams it in there, and he is in. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, L.A. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end, Schultz. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Looking free downfield, it's Kirk. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. So now an extra point really doesn't help that much. He'll try to go for 2 and make the difference 3. And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the lead is up to 3 here in the 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the 2 sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
2nd down, it's Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. To throw is Stafford. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Second and 6 coming up. Play action now for Stafford. He'll let this go. Deep shot for Atwell. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And he's going to go down. The pressure once again too much. And that should wrap this one up. Stroud down to a knee. And that should put the finishing touches on this one. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the Texans. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.